and welcome back. In case you forgot, I'm Jersey Connoisseur, and today, after a long break, I'm finally back to reacting to Arsenal games. And as you can see, I've completely rebranded my room in solidarity with my love for Arsenal. Although I have come to the conclusion that I'm no longer going to be reacting to Arsenal games, more so that I'll be experiencing them and tolerating them. And as we get into it, I'm rebranding this segment as the Arsenal fan experience. As a result, I will more so be react analyzing their games, and more so than I was just summarizing them like I was last season. And particularly where Arsenal is right now in this season is vehemently disappointing. A little context going into the season is in that after last year, where they finished in eighth place, it was it was apparent that the changes needed to be made. And so far this season, I can't say that they've accomplished that. Particularly this summer, they spent an immense amount of money, up to $200 million or 140 million pounds, on five players. And those five players being Albert Sambi Lakanga, Tavares, Ben White, Aaron Ramsdale, and the permanent signing of Martin Odegaard. While I think those guys are all significant upgrades, I don't really know where they fit in the system of Mikel Arteta. And I think that particularly after these first two games, Arteta's credibility has to be taken into account, and I question whether it's his fault or whether it's the team around him. But I think what I can make an excuse for him in that so far through these first two games, it's come to my attention how poor their attack is, and it was evident on display today against Chelsea, where they just could not get any chances whatsoever. I don't even know if they had a single threatening chance on Edouard Mendy. And you could give credit to Chelsea's defense on that, but shoot, it was just not Premier League level. And that's the problem. Is this a Premier League level team? They're right now in a relegation zone, and we're questioning whether Arteta could be fired very soon, like as soon as next week against Manchester City if they lose terribly. So I don't know what else I have to say about this team. It's obviously early on. We'll see if the changes, the new acquisitions can make a difference. And so far, it's too late to tell. Ben White looked decent against Brentford in their first game. Yeah, that's just my quick take on it. And I think that obviously it's too early to tell going into the season, but so far this season I've been very impressed by Bukayo Saka and Kieran Tierney, and considering how much of a hectic summer they both had playing big parts in the Euros for their respective countries, I am surprised that they are so effective early on in the season, considering they're probably the most tired out of any other player on this team. And with it's perplexing to me why Granit Xhaka still has a place in this team, because of how much he's rumored to be leaving the team, and I question his commitment and um, whether he's playing at 100%, whether he's really giving it his all. So that's concerning. And and with and with the absence of Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang in the first game, and him finally getting into action on Sunday against Chelsea, he's definitely not the same player that he was last year or even a couple of years ago. Whether that be because of illness, whether it be malaria, or the fact that he possibly contracted COVID, or the fact that he is yearning for a move elsewhere, he's definitely not at 100%. And Alexander Lacazette has not played in the Premier League so far for the same reason. And don't even get me started on Willian. I'm completely disappointed with how he showed up to training earlier this summer, out of shape. It's just a mess at Arsenal. I don't know how they can salvage it. There, there's no way they're gonna get a manager like Antonio Conte if somehow he's available. And Romelu Lukaku just to put it, he just ate up the uh, Pet Petra defending duo of Pablo Mari and Rob Holding. It wasn't even funny. Like, I mean, he shouldn't. Those two should not be having to play against a player of his quality. And it was evident on display today. So anyway, join me next time as I analyze Arsenal's game against Manchester City. Join me as I embark on this journey on the Arsenal fan experience. Arrivederci.